To me, I can work in any brokerage. My wife, my team, we can move in any brokerage we want. We sell over $20 million of real estate every year, so we can be in any brokerage that we choose. We chose Real because of the agent focus. My name is Trey Serrano. I'm with the Cavalry Group, brokered by Real. I'm the team lead, and I've been in real estate since 2016. I like being a real estate agent because it encompasses a lot of what I already am. I'm huge into service, and before I was in real estate, I was a police officer for 8 years. So when I was a police officer, a lot of the same similarities as a police officer I apply here in real estate. Real estate is one of those jobs and professions that you really do need a sense of service. So my whole professional life, I've been in some kind of service. I was a San Antonio police officer for 8 years. And during those 8 years, I would work very, very hard on the street. So I would be out there every day in the community and I would try to make a difference. I cannot help but serve the community because I used to be that community. You know, I grew up in New York City, in a very low income area. Both my parents worked full-time jobs, you know, almost minimum wage. You know, we didn't have a lot of luxuries at all. So when I was a police officer, that's the community I wanted to serve. I wanted to serve communities where there's not a lot of impacts done, not a lot of opportunities out there. So I chose to work in those communities as a police officer. And in real estate, a lot of my drive is to serve families for their financial freedoms. And the number one asset people have in really any community, and especially those in lower income communities, is their home values. Their home values are usually the majority of their net worths. My parents growing up in New York, nobody ever taught them to buy a home or how to buy a home, how to use the steps to buy a home. So I'm very, very motivated in teaching families of any social class, of any origin, how you know, even if they're scraping by paycheck to paycheck, my goal is always to help these families because I was that family. I was that family scraping by, so I never forget that. My family is the most important thing to me, and it's my driving force for working so hard every day. So every day that I'm out in the real estate world, I'm thinking of my family. My wife, Stacy, she is now full-time with me, involved in this group, and she helps all our clients. We do everything together. Night, day, weekends, we pretty much are glued, and I love it. I mean, we really have an amazing and unique dynamic together. And without her, I would not be in this position. My wife is the backbone to all our family. Our kids, you know, they're little, they need a lot of love, they need a lot of attention when we're trying to do business, but they're everything to me. Everything I do in life and in real estate, my personal life, all revolves around my family. So that is so important to me. Some of the most satisfying moments in real estate is when you help these families that don't believe that they can buy a house. So, you know, that's a very common thing that realtors say, but it's true. But I'll think of one specific reason where I didn't even represent the client. So there was one transaction, I had the seller and the buyers had another agent for a different brokerage. Well, my sellers, the clients, left the house as a disaster. The entire house was almost just upside down. And it was a $500,000 property, and they left it for these poor buyers who moved in from a neighboring city. So my wife and I didn't represent the buyers, but we still went out there. We hired a trucking company, a dumpster, and we spent all day, over 8 hours, just to unload and throw out all the trash that the sellers left. I didn't get paid anything. We didn't receive any extra commission or anything, but it was just the fact that my sellers left the house in just disgust. So my wife and I stepped up, and that is something that you can't really teach. That's the personal values that I have, and I'm all about empowering people and making sure people have a good experience even when I don't represent them. Doing real estate makes me happy. I use the same values as I did as a police officer in helping communities. Now I'm helping them with their financial goals. I'm helping them pick the right houses. I'm helping them through the transaction with 100% integrity, and that's why I chose this company. Out of all the companies I've ever worked with, Real Broker encompasses all my values of love, family, honesty, integrity, and it really is all about, for me, empowering. That's why I've been a civil servant. That's why I bring these values of empowering to people, because if you don't empower that person next to you, you don't know what kind of impact they'll have later on in life. I worked in 2 other brokerages before I joined Real. One of them is a cloud-based company that a lot of people do know, and I was there almost a year, and I liked it. I capped and I hit the Icon Agent Award. I brought on 20 people to the company organically. I'm not a recruiter, it's just kind of my energy that I guess people are drawn to. But I just didn't see a lot of values in caring and that personal touch. So I didn't see a lot of empowering, which was very, very important to me. And empowering the agent, if you empower the agent, you're gonna empower their clients. So when I found Real, I loved it because it had all my values. It has an easily technology-based platform to easily communicate with clients, and it's just brilliantly simple. When I joined the brokerage, I started a team. The team is called the Cavalry Realty Group. And this team, I wanted to represent first responders and veterans, where we kind of think differently and our culture is a little different. So I wanted to empower that culture to where we can serve communities. I wanted to get these people and empower them in business, empower their lives through real estate, where they're already serving just in a different capacity, and they need to be in a position where they can help families in their own way. Some people think of me as no nonsense. I am very, very driven to do what I do, and I do it because I like helping people, and I love my veterans, first responders, I love the communities. So I am very driven, and I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, my day starts where I work out. I'm either rolling jiu-jitsu or I'm doing CrossFit. And it does a couple of things. It clears my mind, it lets me vent when I have frustrations or anger. I've seen a lot of things in my day as a police officer on the street and as a paramedic. And a lot of those things I still battle today, but working out and starting my day early to get a very positive attitude, to get those endorphins going, and working out is very important to me. I love the camaraderie, I love the competition, and I do it in a healthy way. So I also bring the camaraderie and culture to my business. I love working with people. Collaborating is very essential to me, and when I collaborate, I feel like I can provide a better, more unique, well-rounded service to people. We chose Real because of the agent focus. They celebrate agents and they make the lives easier so they can help more clients, they can help people. So that's why I'm at Real, is because there's no nonsense and it is really driven to ease the clients and the agents that they work with. I'm Trey Serrano, team lead of the Cavalry Group, brokered by Real. This company is exploding, and the beautiful part is you have a part in the explosion and it's going in the right direction. It's not losing control, which is really nice and very unique to the other brokerages. I love Real.